Universal Orlando challenged me to go to every one of their hotels in one day and review the food along the way. Challenge accepted. Hey Mam Fam, I'm here at Universal Orlando with a super fun video and challenge here today. I am so excited because not only do I love a challenge, not only do I love exploring resorts, but I love eating, particularly in theme parks and at resorts. And a lot of people don't realize how great the food is here at Universal Orlando in general, but they really don't realize how great it is at the resorts. There is a whole wide array of cuisine, so we are gonna eat a bunch, see the best of the food here, talk to the chefs. I hope you're ready. Let's go. First up, we are at Endless Summer Resort Dockside. This is one of Universal's value resorts. You're gonna see its sister resort very soon as well. These are also the only resorts that you can't really walk to and from the park super easily. Technically you can, but you have to go over I-4, which I wouldn't recommend. But they do have that great convenient bus transportation to the park, City Walk, Volcano Bay, and these rooms come at an awesome price. If you are looking to stay on property and get the perks of staying at a Universal Resort and not spend a ton, this is where you need to go. We will definitely do a staycation at all these places, but for now, it's time to eat. All right, I'm obsessed walking in here. I just realized I've never been to Dockside before. I've been to Surfside, the sister resort we're gonna go to in a little bit, but the good news is I have a good tour guide. So, hello, Chef Robert. Could you introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, I'm Chef Robert. I'm the executive chef here for Dockside Inn and Suites.
Awesome. So, can you take us around a little bit and talk just about the menu
absolutely.
and the vibe and the food?
Yeah, come on with us. So, as we walk into the area, this is Pier 8. Pier 8 is our main dining area. So, we serve 3 meal periods a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And as you can see from all the woodwork, it's almost like being under the pier. So, it's like we're coming to the beach and we're walking under the pier and into the restaurant that we have.
Awesome. So what style of food would you say here? What are some favorites and must-haves, and what do you offer at this
So
spot?
we kind of have a classic American East Coast feel to the menu. So we have a lot of different things. One of our main things that we have is our fried chicken and waffles. So we're really known for our fried chicken that we make here in-house.
Yum.
Also, we have some really good pizzas. Of course, everybody wants a great pizza. Some of our sandwiches and things that we have, we do a Reuben sandwich for lunch. Also, we do a snapper taco as well. Super tasty. And then even for dinner, we do have a couple different items that we make for dinner. We do a nice snapper entree as well. And then we do a pasta saute station. So you can kind of pick what you'd like, and we actually make the pasta for you to order.
I'm pretty impressed with some of these offerings because this is a value resort. This is a quick service restaurant, but yet you're talking to me about snapper tacos and house-made fried chicken and waffles. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely focus on the quality of the food. We want to make sure that the guests have an experience. Yes, we have guests that come that are budget conscious, but we want to make sure that they really enjoy the food that we have here and the offerings that we have. So we have a wide variety of different items for them. Even we have a lot of grab-and-go sandwiches. We make hummus in-house. We do a hummus plate. We do a couple fresh juices that we actually make and bottle in-house. So we make what's called our super green juice, which has kale and spinach and apple. And then we do a strawberry acai juice. We even make our own cold brew in-house as well.
I'm like the world's #1 cold brew fan, so that is very exciting.
Actually, we have a mango cheesecake, and it uses real mango in it. Super tasty. Strawberry cheesecake, of course, classic. Key lime and chocolate cheesecake. And then you can't go wrong with a peanut butter brownie or an Oreo brownie as well.
Yum. And you said all this is with a local bakery?
Correct. All of these come from a local bakery, and then everything else that's over here we bake in-house.
Yum.
So we bake fresh all day long. Our cookies, our pastries, from morning, noon, and night.
Yum. Oh, those cinnamon rolls look awesome.
Yeah.
What should we eat?
Actually, we're going to do the snapper tacos today.
Ooh, yum.
So
Yay.
It's going to be super tasty.
I was kind of hoping you'd say that.
Yeah. Large communal tables so that we can have large families or large groups kind of intermingle with each other. And then we have like all these little pockets and corners and nooks. So you have a little bit of privacy, but also you can have a large group or a large family.
Yeah. It's so light and bright and welcoming in here.
Yes.
I love the decor.
All right. So what we have for you is our snapper tacos.
Yeah.
So this is actually a red snapper that we pan sear. The tortillas that we use are actually a mix of corn and flour.
Ooh.
So you kind of get that toasted corn taste to it, but you get kind of that soft texture of a flour tortilla. We have some pickled cabbage underneath, red onion, and then we do a sriracha lime crema over the top of it.
Yum. And I love a fresh lime to squeeze on a
Yes.
taco.
Got to have a little bit of fresh lime to go on top of it. It's definitely the way to
Right.
enjoy it.
I feel like I'm on a cooking show.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm so excited. Mmm. Those are awesome. You can taste how fresh the fish is.
Yeah, the fish has a nice sweetness to it, and that's what we really like about it, and that's why we use snapper versus using like mahi or a different type of fish, because we really like that freshness and that sweetness that kind of comes out of it. And it plays well with like the pickled cabbage, and then you get that toasty of the tortilla.
Yeah, the toasted tortilla is a nice touch of like a little extra crisp. And then I like the crunchy of the slaw.
Yeah.
Kind of changing the texture up a little bit. I know you mentioned the chicken and waffles. What is something on the menu here that you think doesn't get enough attention?
So one of the things that I really, really like in the morning is we actually do a breakfast flatbread. So it's a Nam-style flatbread. So it's a yogurt-based flatbread. And then we use sausage gravy as the base on it. And then we do cheese, scrambled eggs, and bacon on it. Super, super nice. And I think it's one of the ones that really doesn't get a lot of love in the morning. But I think it would be one that would be really popular. Like, everybody who tries it loves it.
I'm not just saying this because you're standing here. Some of the best fish tacos I've ever had. And I love fish tacos. So these are great. Well, I will say this has far surpassed anything that I think people have in their mind of like value resort food or budget conscious food, because this is awesome. Yeah. A cocktail has appeared.
Yes. So what we brought you, this is actually called the Flyer.
Okay.
Now, one of the interesting facts about the hotel is this is where Wet n Wild used to be.
I did know that.
Yep. So what we did is when we were actually writing the menu for the bars, we named drinks after rides that used to be at Wet n Wild.
That's funny. So
the Flyer was a ride that was here at Wet n Wild. And so we've turned that into a drink. So the drink that we have for you, it has Maker's Mark in it. It has a little bit of spicy mango, and then a little bit of orange juice and some sour mix.
I'm very delighted by everything you just said, because we were talking in the kitchen that I prefer not super sweet things. And a lot of times tropical drinks are super sweet.
Yes.
And they're usually rum, but I am a bourbon drinker, so I'm very excited. And this cute cup. You said this is you can take this home.
Yes, you get to take that cup home with you.
Awesome. That is so good. I love it because, again, as a bourbon drinker, as someone whose go-to cocktail is an old-fashioned, I usually don't enjoy tropical cocktails because they're too sweet, but I want to enjoy tropical cocktails because I want to, in a vibe like this, feel like I'm on the summer vacation.
Absolutely.
So this fits that vibe, but not too sugary sweet.
Correct.
And it does have a little heat from the mango, which is fun.
It's got a little bit of spice in it, which plays really well with the bourbon. So it's got a nice balance.
Yeah. So when you're making your drinks and things, that you make a lot of the juices in-house, do you make things for your drinks in-house as well?
Yes, we make a lot of our syrups. We make like our own simple syrup in-house. We do have one drink that we feature out at the bar that we use a Skittle syrup.
Ooh.
We make our own Skittle syrup in-house.
College.
Yeah, and then we also make for our Endless Summer Lemonade, we make a lemon thyme syrup. So we make all of that in-house with fresh thyme, fresh lemons. So we add that to each one of those drinks as well.
This could be dangerous too, because it's very delicious. It's going down very easily, but I'm sure it would get you if you're at the pool for too long.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And you also said that these cups, similar to the other resorts, if you bring them back, you get a discount.
Yes, absolutely.
We love that. We love discount. You're losing money if you don't buy more than one drink.
Absolutely.
Is what I hear. So
yes.
Yeah. I think like a lot of people have this concept of theme park food and theme park hotel food. They think chicken nuggets and hot dogs and pizza. You guys have an incredible array of different options and things like that. Do you feel like there's been a huge shift towards food in the last few years, last decade or so?
Absolutely. I really think that the focus on food has shifted. And I think that, even with kids and you bring them to the theme parks and everything else, it's not just about chicken tenders and French fries or a hamburger. So we do kind of change the menus, and we've kind of adapted and really provided some great food and some great experiences for the guests. And we really try and be almost anything to everybody here at the hotel because we have so many different varieties of people that come through.
Yeah, we were just talking. I was saying how I love that there was a little bit of spice in the tacos, and you were saying that.
Yeah, the great thing about it is, we have so many different things on the menu, but when you put something that says sriracha in it, it should taste like sriracha.
Yeah.
So it should have a little bit of spice. It can have a little bit of heat. It's okay. Season your food. Make sure it tastes good. And, if somebody wants a burger, we have burgers. If somebody wants our barbecue bacon burger, we use a bourbon barbecue sauce we make, and we put a fried onion ring on top of it, and which is very nice as well. But, we also have a regular cheeseburger. If you would like the snapper tacos with the sriracha crema on it, we have that. So we have a nice variety, a nice spread of different things that the guests can enjoy.
Awesome. And before I let you go back to your very busy job, I'm sure, what would you say if you said that the breakfast pizza is a must-have?
Yes.
We've talked about the tacos, chicken and waffles. Is there something that you're most proud is on the menu that you really fought for and you said, I really think this will be great on the menu here at Dockside?
Yeah, actually one of the things that's on the menu, and it goes in the whole kind of a different flavor for our guests, is we do a honey garlic chicken. So we make our own crispy chicken, and we make our own honey garlic sauce, and we toss it together. And then we have a house-made yum yum sauce that goes over the top of it. We serve it with rice and steamed broccoli. So it's actually one of my favorite dishes on the menu. Every time I go and I'm trying different things on the menu, it's always one of the things that I always have to make sure that I try.
Yes, make quality control. That's very important.
Absolutely.
Okay, your answer made me think of one more question, and that's how long does it take you to think of an item before it gets on the menu? Like, what's the process, I guess, of
So in this environment, we try and do 2 menu changes a year.
Okay.
So we really look at about 6 months from the time that we kind of come up with the idea to sourcing the ingredients, to bringing them in, doing a tasting, doing pictures, and then getting them out onto the menu. It takes about 6 months. We try and do it twice a year. So we kind of do a spring, summer menu and then a fall, winter menu.
Well, this has been so fun and truly such delicious tacos. So thank you so much for Chef Robert for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And thanks for coming and visiting us here at Dockside.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, you know, I'm not leaving without trying the house-made cold brew. It's so delicious. It's a really smooth cold brew. I'm obviously drinking it black. Don't need to add anything to it. It's not super acidic. It's going down quite well. You know, I haven't decided our next Universal staycation yet, but based on this coffee and those tacos, it might be Dockside. Walking into hotel number 2. This is Surfside. So this is the sister resort of Dockside, still part of Endless Summer. So this is still one of your value resorts, but you can see the vibe is a little different here. It's a little more like surfing in the ocean in the morning. You can see it kind of emulates a wave here. You've got the big surfboards, but it's still really bright and colorful. I've definitely stayed here before and had a great time with both friends and for work, but let's see what the food's like. Welcome to Beach Break Cafe. This is the quick service location here at Surfside. First thing I gotta point out, if you look up, it feels like we're under the ocean because you can see the surfers right there. Fun little shark fact that I'm gonna insist on entering into this video is that this is often why surfers get attacked by sharks, because if you look at them from the bottom, it does look similar to a seal, which is the shark's favorite food. So you can't really blame the sharks. Anyway, that's not relevant to this video at all. But we have a couple of stations here the same way we did over at Dockside. First up, we've got a salad and sandwich station. You have kind of your entree section where you've got some roasted citrus chicken as well as blackened snapper. Again, elevated menu you don't expect at a value resort necessarily. You've got some different pizza options here as well as kind of your grill station where they've got burgers, including a Beyond Banh Mi burger, a spicy fried chicken sandwich, a couple of quesadillas, a snapper sandwich, and then you have those delicious desserts that we saw in the last resort as well. What I love and what I chatted with the chef at the last spot off camera is that all of the grab-and-go options look so good. He said they even house make the potato chips, and he said that because this is a value resort, there isn't a pool bar at these places, but they wanted to make sure that there are plenty of options for people to bring either out to the pool or to their room, and so they've got a lot of great grab-and-go options, and they want to make sure that even though those are grab-and-go, even though this is a value resort, and even though people are eating at poolside, that they are eating delicious, fresh food. I am sampling the Pipeline Burger, which is one of their signature dishes. It's got their signature sauce on it, burger patty, provolone cheese, house-made tomato bacon jam, and then, of course, lettuce, tomato, and red onion. Comes with fries with a signature house-made seasoning blend. This burger looks awesome. I've said it before, and I will say it again eating this burger. Universal does quick service burgers so well. I've often said they're better than Disney quick service burgers, and this is no exception. The patty is fantastic. You can tell it was a house-made patty. As I eat this delicious burger, I love that it's a burger, so if you want a classic burger when you're at the parks, you can have one, but it's a really good burger, and it has just a little bit enough of a twist with that bacon jam to be a little something special and unique. Also trying the fries. Super crispy on the outside. I love the seasoning blend. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like an Old Bay seasoning blend, but they're not too salty. They're perfectly cooked. Also sampling another cocktail. This is called the Blast, and it is Truly so beautiful. Look at those fresh blueberries on top. But it is aviation gin, house-made lavender blueberry syrup, tonic water, fresh lemon juice. It looks delicious. These resorts are crushing with the tropical but not sweet cocktail, which is awesome because it's still really fun. It's still really refreshing. It's obviously beautiful. This would taste great poolside, but it's not super syrupy, sugary, sweet like a lot of tropical drinks. Ooh, stirring it, I can really taste the lavender. It's not too overpowering. It's really fresh and bright because of the lemon, a little bit of sweetness from the blueberry, and it does have that gin flavor. So if you're not a gin drinker, maybe don't do this one. But if you're looking for a refreshing poolside beverage, this is great. I'm truly so blown away by both the quality and the selection at the value resorts. I was just talking to Chef Chris, who made the burger. He said they make the fry seasoning in-house. That is his fry seasoning mix that they put on there. He also said that at breakfast here, they serve eggs Benedict. And I've never heard of a value resort serving eggs Benedict before. They do a classic version and like a steak and eggs kind of Tex-Mex twist on eggs Benny. So I'm pretty impressed so far. But we've checked off the 2 value resorts, and we're on to the next. I hear there's milkshakes. Stop number 3, we are at Cabana Bay. This is a prime value resort, so a little bit more expensive than the dockside and the surfside endless summer, but also one of my favorite resorts in Orlando, and in my opinion, the best value resort in Orlando. We've done a whole staycation here. Check that out if you want to know more, but they have a bowling alley, a lazy river. It's this awesome 50s throwback theme, and what would go better with that than some milkshakes? Welcome to Shakes. This is the malt shop attached to the Cabana Bay lobby and dining area. Opened up just a few months ago, and it is 50s malt shop inspired. You can get sundaes and splits, smoothies, milkshakes, malts, floats, boozy milkshakes, and all kinds of desserts. It is so delicious if you're looking for something sweet, so I'm excited to try something. Trying 2 different treats here at Shakes. First up, this is their brownie sundae. It's got chocolate and vanilla ice cream, brownies, whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and of course, a cherry on top. And then I also have one of their boozy shakes. This is the creamsicle. It's got orange blossom ice cream, orange vodka, whipped cream, and a candied orange on top. First up, brownie sundae. This may be my life as eating in theme parks, but I really like the serving size of this. It feels doable by 1, shareable by 2 if you want to try a few different things, but it's not like massive like a lot of desserts in theme parks. And I guess maybe if you don't live in theme parks, you think this massive, but I don't. Oh my gosh, that brownie is so good. It is moist and delicious and chocolatey. And then you've got the classic vanilla and chocolate ice cream, whipped cream. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I prefer simple and delicious desserts and not things that are over the top. And that's exactly what this is. Very simple, very classic. How can you beat this? We're going to try and beat it, though, with a boozy adult milkshake. First thing, this is a weird thing, but I'm obsessed with the straws that they have here. They are still plastic-free, but they feel like plastic, and they don't feel like they're going to disintegrate in your drink, which is very important. Ooh. That really tastes like a creamsicle. I can't taste the vodka, which is probably dangerous. It mostly tastes that orange flavor, that vanilla flavor. I feel like a child right now, especially because we're listening to like 50s music. The Beach Boys were just playing, and I used to listen to the Beach Boys and the Beatles every single day in the car with my dad on the way to school. So I'm feeling like I'm 7 right now. I'm someone who in my older age leans less on chocolate and more on fruit-based desserts. And this is very, very good. The last time we were here, I got the peanut butter and jelly milkshake as well. That was also delicious. So I fully recommend if you're staying at Cabana Bay doing a resort day because there's so much to do here. I love the lazy river. I love the bowling alley. And you got to add a milkshake into the mix too. Also trying the banana pudding ice cream. I've never had banana pudding ice cream before, but I also just learned that the ice cream is brought to you here by Hershey, but not Hershey chocolate, Hershey's Creamery, which is an ice cream brand out of the same town. So I'm excited to try this. He said this is what sealed the deal on having Hershey do the ice cream for this shop. That is bonkers good. There are little Nilla wafer chunks in there, and it really tastes like banana pudding. but with the creamy consistency of ice cream. This is some of the best ice cream I've ever had. That's not a joke. This is fantastic. And now, whilst 4 minutes ago I would have recommended a milkshake, now I'm going to tell you to just come eat this ice cream. A great thing to know about shakes as well is they do have grab-and-go breakfast. So they do a couple breakfast sandwiches. They've got coffees. They can do basic coffee, but they also have like some lattes and other fancier coffees. They do house-made yogurt parfaits and acai bowls. Again, these are value resorts. This is a prime value resort, and you're going to find very, very good food. But now we are on to the next spot. We have made it to our first of the premier hotels at Universal. That is their top tier of hotels. This is the Hard Rock Hotel. It's super fun. All over the resort, you're going to see instruments and costumes and photos of some of your favorite musicians. They've also got a great eating and drinking scene, as you might expect. And we are headed into the kitchen. I just audibly gasped. It's the jacket Michael Jackson wore in the Bad video, which is one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. It used to be on my alarm clock. Alan hated it, but I'm geeking out right now. So we are here at the kitchen at the Hard Rock Hotel, and I've got Chef Roderick here. Thank you for chatting with us.
Pleasure.
Can you first of all, let us know what your role is here at the Hard Rock and at the kitchen?
Absolutely. I am the restaurant chef. I basically do the entire menu for the entire restaurant. The kitchen is our signature restaurant at Hard Rock, so I'm in charge of the menu for there, but I also overlook the pool restaurant, room service, and Velvet.
And so this is your signature restaurant. I understand you just redid the menu. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am, we did. We like to do the menu every season. So right now we're in the middle of our spring menu. A lot of fun flavors, a lot of bright colors.
What's your favorite thing on the menu right now?
Right now would be the salmon.
Oh, great. I hear that's coming soon
Yes.
to us. Awesome. What's so special about it?
Oh, just the bright flavors for it. You know, I change it every season. Right now we have a honey carrot puree, wild rice, asparagus,
Yum.
and a red pepper pesto.
Ooh,
So
yum.
a lot of
That
bright
sounds
colors,
great.
a lot of fun flavors. Guests seem to enjoy it.
What else are you known for here at the kitchen?
We're also known for our tomahawk steak.
Okay.
It's the 3-pound ribeye, bone-in. It's basically the size from your elbow to your fingertips.
Oh, wow.
So comes in a big platter. It's enough to feed 2 people. It's 3 pounds of meat, so yeah,
Yum.
we're the only campus that offers that. So
Awesome. And I got to ask about the cake. The
the
signature
cake, the kitchen sink,
Yes.
yes. That's Chef Patrick, our executive pastry chef. That's his masterpiece. It's a 7-layer cake. Has brownie, chocolate chip cookies, cheesecake, chocolate cake, vanilla cake.
It's a challenge to eat it, right? If you can finish it.
Yes, if you can finish it, along with our kitchen burger. It's a half-pound kitchen burger, a pound of fries, and the cake itself weighs close to 3 pounds. So if you finish that in half an hour, you complete the challenge.
Do you get a prize or just bragging rights?
Bragging rights.
Can you use multiple people to try and finish the
No.
challenge? Oh, I thought I had a hack, but maybe Alan, my husband, can do it on his own.
Maybe, we'll
he's
see.
a bigger guy. He likes to eat, so maybe he'll take it on.
I've seen many try and a lot fail.
Has anyone made it?
I've seen only a handful of people.
Okay,
make it, only a
so it's not
handful.
impossible.
Yeah, barely made it.
What is the item on the menu, especially the new menu, that you think isn't getting enough love?
It isn't getting enough love. I'd probably say our lamb.
Ooh,
Relatively new, but we serve smoked lamb,
yum.
lamb chops with corn polenta. People, they have their feelings about lamb, but
But
it's a great
delicious.
dish, yeah. And when they do order it, they don't regret it. They love it. So
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited to try the salmon. The most beautiful salmon dish has arrived. Chef Roderick, can you tell us what we're looking at here?
absolutely. So we have a 60 South salmon. It's actually caught out in the ocean. There's a farm right there, 60 miles south of the Arctic, that harvests all the salmon from us. So we're wild caught and sent to us. We have wild black rice, fresh asparagus from one of our local farms. And then we also have a honey carrot puree
Beautiful.
and a roasted red bell pepper pesto.
Gorgeous. Now with the edible flowers and the microgreens on it,
Yeah, it's very spring, bright, colorful.
and it smells amazing.
Thank you.
Don't even need the knife. That is falling apart beautifully. Very excited to have a vegetable. That is delicious. You can see that the salmon is just falling apart. Like, you don't need a knife. As soon as you touch it, it's flaky and delicious. There's a little bit of sweetness from the sauce, and then I like that the rice is almost done al dente, or is that just the style of rice?
Dente.
There's a little bit of crunch, and then you've got the fresh asparagus. This is not normal theme park food, that's for sure. Being completely honest, I'm not normally a fish person at a restaurant like this. I would normally order something like the signature tomahawk. This is fantastic, and I'm obsessed with Chef Roderick's red pepper and Spanish almond pesto on top. I want to put that on everything, and it's so perfectly cooked. And if you're looking for something a little bit lighter after you've been in the parks all day, this is fantastic, and it feels like you're really still indulging and having something with a bunch of light, bright flavors, and you're not sacrificing flavor for something a little bit lighter. I'm truly blown away by this, and this is so far my surprise favorite hit of the day. Move to a second spot here at the Hard Rock Hotel. This is the Velvet Bar. It is an absolutely gorgeous space where you can get craft cocktails, and you're again surrounded by memorabilia. I'm looking at Lenny Kravitz's pants right now. I'm looking at Ed Sheeran's shoes. They've got Johnny Cash's jacket, John Lennon shoes, but maybe the coolest thing in here, Prince's jacket is right here. So we're gonna have our cocktail with Prince's jacket. All right, so this is called the House of the Rising Sun. It is a newer drink on their seasonal menu right now. And bartender Ken came up with it because he wanted to do a twist on a Sazerac, which is the oldest cocktail in America from New Orleans. But he said a lot of people don't love a Sazerac because of the absinthe. It's a little too aggressive. So he wanted to make it kind of your intro Sazerac, if you will, for people that wouldn't normally order this cocktail. So they made house-made absinthe-infused banana syrup. They added that to some rye, to some bitters, to some cognac. Cheers. That is so good. Now, I do like a Sazerac. I'm a bourbon drinker. This is right up my alley. But that taking the absinthe out and putting in the syrup, it curbed that harsh alcohol burn that you would normally get with this cocktail, and it goes down very, very smoothly. It's not super sweet. I don't even really taste banana, which is a flavor that's not my personal favorite. It is really, really smooth, slight sweetness. That is an A+ cocktail. And I'm just drinking it with Prince's jacket. But this bar is actually really cool. Not only is the vibe and the decor awesome with all the memorabilia, but they do live music a lot. They can open it up into the lobby and have more seating. They'll even do the Velvet Sessions, which are small, intimate concerts with different performers. So Hard Rock, definitely on our list of places to stay. All these places are, I keep saying that. But this is a premier hotel, meaning you get that included express pass when you stay here. And this is actually the closest hotel to any of the parks. So if you are a music fan, a pop culture fan, and you want to get that free express pass, this is probably your hotel. Headed into resort number 5. We are at Sapphire Falls Resort. This is a preferred resort. It's going to be a little more expensive than those values, but it's not quite as much as those premiers. It's also not going to get you the express pass like at the premiers, but I love this lobby. Also, it smells really good in here, and we are headed to a spot that I've only been to once before, but it truly surprised me and blew me away, and I'm very excited to go back. This is a rum bar here inside Sapphire Falls. They also have a tapas menu. They are inspired by dining in the Caribbean. Welcome to Strongwater Tavern. I am here with Chef Carlos.
Hello.
Could you explain your role here at Strongwater Tavern and the hotel in general?
Okay. I am the restaurant chef at Strongwater Tavern. We are what they call a specialty restaurant. We specialize in rum, and we specialize in tapas-style food from Caribbean and Latin America. So you'll see things that are traditionally found like jerk chicken, empanadas, tequeños, which you're going to try in a minute, curry goat.
Yum.
And then we fuse different things as well. The good thing about us, being a Caribbean, there's influence for all over the world. We're not boxed in, so to speak. We can cross over, move around. It's actually very cool.
I want to eat these before they sit here for too long. Can you tell us what these are?
These are tequeños. This is basically it's a Venezuelan appetizer. It is puff pastry stuffed with sliced ham and queso fresco. And deep fried.
Yum.
Then served with a roasted pepper sauce and salsa rosada, which is a tomato mayonnaise, which they put on everything. It's funny, that sauce is found in every single culture in the Caribbean and Latin America, and there's some places where they put it on everything. It's just the thing.
It looks delicious.
The combination of everything, And this is typically, you get out of the club at 2 a.m, you see a food truck, that's what they're going to be selling in Venezuela.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it works for us.
Yeah, with all the rum.
With all the rum and all the bar, late night business. So yeah, it's actually very cool.
All right, I'm going to grab one.
Go for it.
They're
good.
so cheesy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That sauce is great too.
Yeah.
Breaks up all the kind of
combination,
richness of everything. Yeah.
It's definitely one of the most popular dishes.
What else? I know you said these are popular. You've got curried goat. What else is really popular on the menu?
Jerk chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. That's a really big one. Empanadas.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually my mother's recipe.
Wow.
Yeah. When we decided to do the restaurant, I only wanted to do if we could stay the authentic, true to the cuisine. Yeah. And I remember as a kid making empanadas. We'd make our own filling, make our own dough, and we haven't changed it. We haven't deviated.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. We sold tons of them. Ceviches are popular.
Yeah.
Ceviche is something it's taken a while to take off because people really don't understand it.
Yeah.
But it's become very popular.
What is something on the menu that you think doesn't get enough love? That is a favorite of yours that maybe is a little underrated?
We take a plantain. It's a plantain hash. You take a plantain, you stuff it. Traditionally do with meat.
Mm-hmm.
We do with duck confit.
Wow.
And we top it with a fried egg. Then we hit it with truffle oil.
Yum.
Yeah. And it's something that sells very well, something that doesn't move. But it's definitely one of the most underrated dishes that we have.
I got a list of stuff to get next time I'm here.
It's also decadent.
So, Chef, you use a lot of fresh ingredients, right?
Yes.
And seasonal ingredients.
Yes.
And you mix it up a lot. How often do you change up the menu?
We change the menu twice a year. And we also do daily specials. A lot of stuff that you think wouldn't grow here, like cacao beans. I haven't seen cacao since I was a kid in Colombia. When it came through the door, I was like, what? Wow, what is this? And it happens all the time. It's shocking.
So it's fun for people that are visiting because they're actually eating local.
Local. Some of the stuff, we get blueberries from a place called Tom West, which is 20 minutes down the road.
That's awesome.
In Windermere. A lot of farms, Central Florida, Ocala, Ocoee, heading up north. We have a company down in Vero Beach that delivers all our cucumbers and peppers and tomatoes. It's not just the produce, it's the seafood. Like, we have a great abundance of seafood here in Florida.
Yeah.
Gulf of Mexico, fantastic. So we have something called a red ceviche, where fish comes in every day fresh. But again, I don't know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm getting red snapper. The other day I got triggerfish. The other day I got hogfish, golden tile. It's all local. And you can just see it. I mean, it's incredible. So
whenever people come in, they're going to get something fresh, something unique.
Absolutely.
Something they're probably not expecting.
Absolutely. That's what we're hoping for.
Now, along with the food, people come in for the rum.
Yes.
How many kinds of rum do you have here?
I think we're at 130 plus.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're adding more. And we just rolled out our new strong water rum, Privateer.
So it's a rum you can only get here.
That's correct.
That's
correct.
amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not really a rum drinker. I am more of a bourbon drinker. I usually find that rum drinks are really sickly sweet.
Yes.
What do you do with someone like me who comes in and is like, I have no idea what I'm doing?
Rum is such a complex creature. And there's so many varieties. And I think there's this misunderstanding that rum drinks have to be sweet, and they don't. Sugar or syrups will add to the flavor of the rum, but to me, the best part of it is drinking it neat.
Okay.
And that's where you get all the nuances. For example, we have a rum called Selvaray, which is owned by Bruno Mars.
Ooh.
He was in South America. He was doing a tour, and he went to Panama, and he encountered this rum. And when you smell it, it actually smells like chocolate, cocoa, and coconuts. And we were talking before, I got a rum from Costa Rica that had bananas in it, banana leaves. So rum in itself is an art.
Obviously, we're at a rum bar. Got to drink some rum.
This is it, man. This is it. So we're going to start from the very, very top right here.
Okay.
That is our New England Reserve rum. It is Asian American oak from 2 to 8 years. It is 90 proof. You're going to get notes of hazelnut, golden raisin, and orange zest. I get the orange zest. If you put your nose in there, you're going to really get it.
Yeah, smells citrusy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can taste that.
Yeah.
You can
really
that.
pick it up. That's the thing about
smooth.
when you drink rums neat, the complexities really come
Yeah.
out. Your second rum is named after us, Strongwater Tavern Rum. It is American oak, and it takes for 2 years. It is 111 proof.
Whoa.
I think we're approaching moonshine territory there. This one, I get coconut, I get vanilla bean.
Yeah.
Definitely there. Caramel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a little sweeter than the
It's
last
a little bit sweeter. They use a Guatemalan molasses. It's imported. And you can even see it in the color.
Yeah.
It's got a really deep, mahogany.
Yeah, you can taste that kind of smooth sweetness.
Yeah.
Once you get past 111 proof.
It's definitely there.
That's good.
The next one is called a Navy Yard. This is more of a bourbon, in my opinion.
All right, well, that's my favorite.
Then you're going to like this one. And they put this in a charred American oak. So you're going to pick up some of that smokiness.
Okay. I can
Like,
smell it actually.
yeah, and like I said, it's more of a bourbon than anything else. This I get brown butter and apricot.
Oh, that one's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does taste more like
There's
bourbon
more,
than it
yeah,
does
it's
rum.
more like
Yeah.
more like a bourbon. I think using a charred barrel really
Yeah, you can
imparts
taste that
flavor.
smoky kind of
Yeah, that's
that
what
little
makes it more
burn that you
bourbon.
get with bourbon too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then your last one is called the Queen Share. Now this is interesting because they use a cognac technique to distill it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Nutmeg and vanilla bean are going to be your two major
I
components.
taste the vanilla.
The vanilla,
Yeah.
yeah, smooth.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one is maybe the smoothest, I think, of all.
It's more like an
Yeah.
after dinner
you can
drink.
drinks
Almost
really
like a
nicely.
dessert drink.
Yeah. So this is something folks can do when they come in, right? You do
Yes.
a flight up at the bar and you can.
Yeah, you can pick. We do flights. You can pick 3 different rums, and our rum captain will come over and tell you the history, the way it's done, anything you should be looking for in the flavor profile. It's really cool. We do a lot of that actually. There's sometimes our rum captain's running all over the restaurant because people really get into it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's fun because if you are a new rum drinker or an experienced drinker, there's something
There's
here,
something
and,
for you.
and your team can.
Yeah, you know, if someone had not experienced with rum, definitely a good way to start. If you love rum, then it's like being in a toy store. You know, you're in heaven, man. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it for you.
Well, thank you, Chef, for touring the menu with us
you
and
so
trying
much
some
for-
rum.
Thank you for coming.
Yes. I can't wait to come back and eat a lot more tapas.
Absolutely. Let me know.
Yeah. If you're a fan of the Universal Hotels, then the sight of these musically inclined frogs might have tipped you off to our next spot. We are at the Royal Pacific Hotel. This is another premier hotel. Alan and I actually stayed here very recently for a staycation. So if you want the full resort tour, room tour, dining tour, you can check that out. But for now, we're headed for our next meal. I am so obsessed with the little frogs everywhere. Welcome to Orchid Court Lounge. This is a sushi restaurant. They have a ton of Japanese whiskey and can make some excellent cocktails. Lots of different sushi rolls to choose from. Again, if you remember our very recent Royal Pacific tour, we came here. Alan was in heaven with all of the delicious choices. So I'm excited to see what we have today. Got quite the spread here at Orchid Court. Here are my 3 cocktails that I'm personally going to drink all of after having many other cocktails today. Hopefully you can sense my sarcasm and know I will not be consuming all 3 of these. I have help. But for starters, this is the Shiso Gimlet. It's made with Tito's vodka, sake, and lime, and it is beautiful. This one right here is the Purple Samurai, another gorgeous drink. It's made with Mars Iwai whiskey, which is a Japanese whiskey, blueberry, rosemary, and lemon. And this one I am most excited about, probably surprising to no one, but it is the Kimuri. It is Akashi blended whiskey, bitters, and cherry wood smoke. And she smoked it tableside, and it was gorgeous, and it smells amazing. So excited to sample all 3 of these. First up, the Gimlet. Ooh, I'm not someone who's normally a sake drinker, but that is fantastic. The fresh lime is amazing. It almost reminds me of a margarita in that sense. It's got a little bit of kind of fruitiness, I would say, from the sake, but it's not sweet at all. It's more tart, very refreshing. Now we'll try the Purple Samurai, which I'm excited about because I love rosemary. It smells so good. Ooh, that is like a fancy Japanese Cosmo, if I were to describe it. You can definitely taste the lemon. You can definitely taste the blueberry, but it's not sickly sweet. It's definitely sweeter than the Gimlet, and that's about as sweet as I want to drink, but again, still very refreshing and a little bit of herbaceousness because of that rosemary. But last, and certainly not least, cheers. It's so smoky. It smells like smoke. It tastes like smoke. It tastes like a really good old-fashioned. Japanese whiskey, though, is not as sweet as bourbon, which is what I normally drink in an old-fashioned. However, the smokiness is kind of curbing that burny alcohol flavor that you often get with whiskey. This is fantastic. Also trying one of their appetizers. This is the tuna tataki. It is peppered seared tuna with ponzu sauce and scallions. And you can see it's got your ginger and your wasabi and some cucumbers. It looks very delicious. And I will be the first to admit, I'm not always a huge tuna person. I'm not an expert on ahi tuna, but I can tell you this looks amazing. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. White woman tries to use chopsticks. I'm not great at it, but I try, and that's what's important. Oh, I did it. The seasoning on the tuna is awesome. It's very peppery and it actually has some heat. There's definitely some chili, maybe some garlic, but there's definitely heat to it. So if you're heat adverse, this is probably not an appetizer you want to try. Mixing it with the cucumber, which was light and crisp and refreshing, was a perfect blend. I understand for some people the texture of something like tuna or knowing that it's mostly raw can be something that you're not excited about, but it's cooked perfectly. I don't think the texture is off-putting at all. And you can tell it's really high quality. So this is very good. I would definitely eat this again, even though, again, I'm not always the biggest sushi and seafood person. Sampling a few more things here at Orchid Court. We have the Miso Soup, which has got tofu, wakame, shiitake mushrooms, and scallions, as well as their house salad, which is lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, and a ginger soy vinaigrette, which I'm very excited about. It's warming me up. It's starting to rain a little bit. It's not cold, but I feel like it should be cold because it's raining. And that is delicious. Really hearty broth, lots of mushrooms. And now some salad, which I'm super jazzed about this dressing. There's a little bit of crunch from all the produce, and that dressing is excellent. What I love about this restaurant, and I said this in our hotel tour, is I feel like there's not a lot of sushi places in the theme park universe, but people love sushi, people love Japanese food, and this is really delicious and I think pretty well priced. I don't think it's theme park expensive. I think it's pretty comparable to a nice sushi restaurant anywhere. So if you're a sushi fan, highly recommend. Say hello to a literal boat of sushi. This is something anyone can order. This is the Tahitian longboat. There's also the Bora Bora boat. It comes with a chef's selection of 12 nigiri pieces, 12 sashimi pieces, a rainbow roll, California roll, dynamite roll, Mexican roll, salmon hosomaki, and then it does come with that house salad and miso soup that we started with. This is a spectacle, and I am here for it. Trying a couple of the different specialty rolls here. This one I am most excited about. I've had this before. It is the Mexican roll. It's shrimp tempura with avocado, cucumber, pickled jalapeno, and spicy mayonnaise. This right here is part of the rainbow roll. It's topped with tuna, salmon, escolar, whitefish, and shrimp, and it makes a rainbow. I went for a piece topped with whitefish. This one is the Dynamite Roll, which is tuna, yellowtail. It's topped with shrimp, avocado, eel sauce, and spicy mayo. And last but not least on my plate, a classic California roll, which is snow crab, connie mixed with Japanese mayo, cucumber, and avocado. Starting with the basic and working our way up, we've got the California roll. Gonna dip it in some soy sauce. Simple, delicious. If you're like me and not an expert sushi eater, it's a good starter sushi. Next, we're gonna move on to the rainbow roll. That is delicious as well, and I wasn't sure if I would like that one because it is topped with the raw fish, but the whitefish was very mild. It wasn't super salty or fishy. This is very good. Now we are moving on to the Dynamite Roll. I love spicy mayo, so happy to see that make an appearance. That one, dare I say, it is dynamite. The fish is so fresh and delicious. I love the eel sauce and the spicy mayonnaise on top. Again, everything is super fresh. This restaurant is turning me into a sushi lover. And last, I'm going to do the Mexican roll. You know, I thought the Mexican roll would be my favorite since I love jalapenos, and it is very good, but I actually think I prefer the not cooked meat versus the tempura, which is surprising me as much as it's probably surprising you. Just the fish is all really fresh and delicious, and especially when you have this much of it and have been eating all day, it's nice to have something fresh and light and not fried. So this is all really, really delicious. Obviously, you could split this with as many people as you'd like. It's got a fun presentation, and if you're looking for good sushi, this is a good spot. Now I'm trying to decide which piece of nigiri or sashimi to face my fears of eating raw fish with. I get just the tiniest bit of wasabi because I know what will happen otherwise. Can I pick this up is the real question. Okay, I did it. You know what? I've never eaten raw fish like that in my life, and it was delicious. It mostly tasted like the wasabi and the soy sauce, but the texture wouldn't be my favorite, but that was tasty and fresh. And again, If you are a sushi fan, this is a great spot to come. It's really pretty in here. And you don't have to be staying at any of the hotels to go to the sit-down restaurants. You can be staying at a different hotel. You don't even have to be a Universal Hotel guest. Just let your server know, and they can bring you something to comp your parking when you're leaving the garage or leaving the parking lot. So this is a great spot. You can make reservations for it if you want to make sure you have a table. But this is pretty good. We're 2 more spots. Been eating all day, but we are going to finish strong. Ciao, Bella, and welcome to Loew's Portofino Bay Hotel. This is one of my favorite hotels ever. I just love how you pull into this resort, turn a corner, and then all of a sudden you're no longer in Florida, you're in Italy. And they have live musicians that sing out here on the piazza in the evening. They have a wine bar, again, Biche upstairs over here. That's a signature restaurant, amazing meal. They've got really, really good pizza, little shopping areas, and we are headed to Mamadella's Italian. Oh man.
This thing weighs 80 pounds.
80 pounds?
80 pounds.
Yeah, you're working out for this one, right?
So it's close to $1,000.
Whoa.
We make the risotto here. We got mushroom, we got English peas, we got cream, chicken stock, lemon mild. I have a little wine, oil,
Oh yeah.
butter, shallots, garlic.
Yum. Yo, I've been eating all day, and Chef Loew here is making us tableside risotto with a wheel of cheese that's 80 pounds. And I am going to eat an obscene amount. I don't care how full I am. I am so excited about this. Look at this. Look at this cheese wheel. That's incredible. We've got all kinds of toppings. Chef Loew is going to make some magic for us.
Fresh garlic.
Now, this is something that Chef Loew used to do on the weekends. It's not back yet, post-COVID, but they're hoping to bring it back at some point in the future. But we're getting a special treat today. Of course, you can get risotto here. You can get pastas and all kinds of delicious traditional Italian. And you said this is your menu. Is that right, Chef Loew?
It is.
Yeah. Just look at this. Perfection on a plate. He cooked the risotto, and then he put it in the cheese wheel. And now I've got risotto with mushrooms and shallots and garlic and so much Parmesan and cream and butter. And he topped it with some greens and some olive oil and some fresh cracked pepper. Also got a nice glass of Pinot Grigio at his recommendation. I might cry. That is easily the best risotto I've ever had. Oh my gosh. The rice is cooked perfectly al dente, so it has just that little bit of crunchiness on the back end. I love the mushrooms. I am a huge mushroom fan, and they've got that earthy flavor coming through. There's a big nuttiness flavor to the cheese, which is balancing out the rich cream sauce. A little bit of truffle oil that you can taste coming through. You put in just the smallest amount, but you can absolutely taste it. It is creamy. It is dreamy. It is buttery. Drink a little of this chef recommended wine. Ooh. I'm not normally a white wine drinker, but with a dish like this, you do typically go white, and that's what Chef recommended. It's lemony, it's a little pear. It cuts through, that citrus cuts through the richness of the risotto. I'm in a very good place right now. Oh, how stunningly beautiful is this resort. This may just have to be our next staycation. Definitely let me know down in the comments of all the resorts. We got one left that you want to see. I had to actively stop myself from eating all that risotto, but I have a delicious to-go meal for Alan, maybe some lunch tomorrow. That was so scrumptious, but we've got one more spot left. Let's go. Made it to our 8th and final hotel here at Universal. This is the Aventura Hotel. This is another prime value hotel, so same category as Cabana Bay, conveniently right across the street from Cabana Bay, and also pretty close to Sapphire Falls. This is a delightful resort. It's definitely on the smaller side. I would say this one caters a little more to the childless millennial older kid crowd than, say, Cabana Bay. But there are 2 super cool things about this resort. Number one, they have a robot that will bring you things to your room, like extra towels or toiletries you may be missing. And number 2, a rooftop bar. Guess where we're headed? Welcome to Bar 17 Bistro, 17 floors up the top of Universal Orlando. You can see Universal parks from here. You can see the Disney parks from here. You can see iDrive in all of its glory from up here. And you can grab a great cocktail and a bite to eat. It's definitely not for you if you have a fear of heights. I mean, come up here, but don't come up to the glass. But there is all glass paneling right here. You're safe. Let's take a look around. First of all, you can see Volcano Bay right here with the glowing, glimmering volcano. Cabana Bay right in front of it. Pop over this way and you can see the Universal parks quite clearly. Right in front of us right here, that's Sapphire Falls where we were earlier. And if you look back, you can see the theme park. Incredible Hulk coaster, that's the green coaster. Just past that, the red coaster, that's Rip Ride Rocket. You can see it taking off right now. It's really hard to see the track for Velocicoaster, but you can see a blue light zooming around over to the right-hand side of Hulk, and that would be Velocicoaster. And of course, if you come up before it becomes night, you can see a lot better. If you look straight from where I am, you can see a glowing ball and some lights circling it. Well, that's Epcot, of course. Trying 2 different cocktails at our final stop. I will once again remind you that I'm not drinking all of these, and it's also been literally all day long. But first up, we have the 17 apples. This has got Maker's Mark bourbon, rosemary-infused apple juice, lemon juice, and a brown sugar simple syrup. Sounds amazing. We also have this one, which is so very beautiful. This is the Butterfly Kisses. It's got Tito's vodka, butterfly PT, simple syrup, and strawberry boba balls or popping pearls down in the bottom, which is why you get the big straw to be able to slurp those up. I'm going to stir this one. It's going to change the color because that's what happens with butterfly pea. It changes from kind of a bluish color to a purple color when you stir it. Cheers. Ooh. Now, I will admittedly say I don't always love boba balls because they surprise you and they pop in your mouth unexpectedly. But this is really fun. It's obviously a very beautiful drink. I love that it's got the butterfly PT. It's certainly on the sweeter side, but it's not overwhelmingly sickly sweet, which I really don't care for, probably because they make a lot of their syrups and mixers in-house. So if you like a sweet drink, very refreshing on this rooftop bar. It's good, but I think we all know this other one is more up my alley. Cheers. That is my kind of cocktail. It's definitely sweeter than your average bourbon cocktail because of the simple syrup in it, but it's also very refreshing because of the lemonade. It'd be perfect. So it's not hot right now because it's been raining and it's breezy up here in the evening, but on a warmer afternoon, this would be delicious. And last feeding of the day, these are the signature bao buns. Typically, you get to choose 3, and they come with a little wakame salad. They are $18, and you get to choose your own adventure tale. So mix and match. We have the sweet chili shrimp here on the left, which is a mango citrus aioli and a mango papaya salsa. In the middle, there's the crispy pork belly with balsamic drizzle and a grilled peach. And on the right, the coffee braised beef, hello, with a cumin crema and roasted corn relish. Trying the shrimp one first. Very gracefully eaten. Shrimp is fresh. The mango salsa is bright. I wish there's a little more of the sauce on there, but I'm sure you could ask for it, but very, very delicious. The bao bun itself is cooked perfectly. It's that nice kind of doughy and soft. Now the pork belly with the peach. That pork belly was cooked perfectly, nice and tender. Sometimes pork belly can get a little dry and chewy, and it's not at all. I like the sweetness from the peach on there, as well as the little bit of acidity from the balsamic. That one is awesome. And last but not least, our beef, coffee rubbed beef. Amazing. That one is hands down my favorite. I love the cumin crema. I love the flavor of cumin. I love the coffee braised beef. Again, really moist and tender. I could put that on a lot of stuff. It's nice and shredded. Corn sauce is fire. These are really, really good. I think this is such a fun dish, a very shareable dish. You could get a couple of these as well as some other small plates. But again, you can go to any of the hotels, even if you're not staying at one. And this is such a great place to come end your evening after being in the park all day. Come get the rooftop views, great drinks, and good food. What more could you ask for? Well, friends, that is a wrap on a very long but very fun day here at Universal Orlando. We went to all 8 of their resort hotels and sampled the best of eats and drinks along the way. Big thank you again to Universal Orlando and Loews Hotels for inviting me to make this video, setting everything up. I had the best time. I truly don't know if I could pick a favorite thing that I had today. If I had to, it would probably be the risotto made in cheese, which is surprising to no one. But I think the most surprising dishes for me today were the salmon at Hard Rock, just because that's not something I would typically order, and it was incredible, as well as the food at Endless Summer, the value resorts. That food was awesome and full of flavor and such high quality. And I was so impressed with not only the tacos I got to eat, but the grab and go station, the house-made cold brew. You can really tell that the chefs and the team here care a lot about where they're getting their ingredients. So much of it across all properties is sourced locally or made fresh in-house. It was awesome. So let me know down in the comments which one looked the best to you, what your favorite thing to eat at Universal Orlando is, and where we should stay next on our next staycation. We're working our way through all the hotels, love eating our way across property. So let us know those things down in the comments. And in the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, follow us on social media. Please come hang out with us in Discord. We have a lot of fun. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it has been so magical. Cheers.